Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I make videos about living in this tiny house on wheels and living a more intentional life. I am starting a new series, and that series is clean out my freezer specifically and my fridge and my cupboards so that I have less to move when I move next month to Vancouver Island. So I am figuring out recipes that I can make that use the stuff that's already there, and so today is one of those days. I am going to make a taco salad because I have some fresh vegetables in the fridge that I have to get used up, and I also have some stuff that is in my cupboard. So today we're going to make a taco salad, and I'm going to use tofu as the taco meat. For those of you who are looking to include more plant-based proteins in your diet, this is a good recipe for that. You can use this in tacos, burritos, just anything that you would use taco meat for. But I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use up some potatoes that I have and toss them in some taco seasonings and roast them in the oven because it's a cooler day today, so we can turn the oven on. So let's get making that. Let's get making the taco meat, and then I'll show you how I put everything together. So super simple. We're going to start with some tofu. This is extra firm, and I have been pressing it. If you don't have one of these dedicated, can I do this with one hand? Tofu presses, then just use a cutting board, wrap your tofu block in a clean dish towel, and then set a plate on top and add some cans on it, and just set that in your fridge or on the counter for a couple hours or in your fridge overnight, and that will press your tofu just fine. But this has been pressing for overnight. And then you want some taco seasoning. Now, I do have some of these in my cupboard, and then I remembered that I had made taco seasoning, and it's sitting in this little jar. So I'm going to use that. And then I am going to make those potatoes, like I said, and I have one yam or sweet potato, and then I've got some white potatoes, so I'm going to dice those up into big chunks and then toss them in a little bit of oil. Now I'm going to use canola oil for both of these recipes because we are going to use some oil to fry this up. Okay, so we've got our pressed extra firm tofu. And I do think extra firm is the one you want to use for this because it will give a much more realistic texture. And for those of you keeping track from my last cooking video, I found my microphone. Don't ask me where it was. So because this is really nice and dense because it's been pressed, I think I can grate it, but let's just give it a try. If not, we'll crumble it, but I want to show me doing this, but I'm right-handed. So yeah, this works. So we're just going to grate this. Because we want small chunks. Now this won't work with a medium firm tofu. It'll just crumble, so you'll just crumble it by hand. But the extra firm, when it's pressed, you can do this. This can also fall under the category of how to make tofu not suck. For those of you guys wondering, you know, what tofu tastes like, it doesn't taste like anything. It's a carrier for flavors. And I would argue that if you were to take a piece of chicken and just boil it, no seasonings, nothing, just boil it, it would have no flavor either. It's really all about the seasonings that you put into your food. So just think of it that way. It's just a carrier, and you can pretty much do anything with tofu that you would do, with chicken. With some modifications, obviously, because it's not exactly the same. I'm just going to plate myself up a taco salad because I find that when you mix everything together and then add the dressing, it just gets soft and mushy and limp. So, but I have in my fridge some little tiny sort of grape tomatoes that got to get used up, and I've got some black beans that I cooked in the Instant Pot that are in a container, and so we're going to use those two things in there, so the black beans will add extra protein. Okay, so we've got the shredded tofu, and now I would add 1 package of the taco seasonings, the taco seasoning that I pre-bought, or I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons. Why do they make these things round? Well, why did I buy them when they're round? I should have bought the oblong ones that would fit in there. So anyways, 2 tablespoons. Sorry, sorry for the rant. It's just always so frustrating. But ultimately, it is my fault for having bought it. We can add more as we're frying if we find that the taste is not quite there yet, but I think now I'm going to get out my frying pan, add a little oil, and we're going to fry this until it's cooked. I mean, it's already cooked. It's not raw because it's not raw meat, but to give it a little color and crispiness. So now that my oil is hot, I'm going to add this in. And we're going to save that bowl because we're going to toss our potatoes in there. So turn that to medium, and then we're just going to let that cook just to brown up, stirring every little bit so that nothing gets too browned. So now I'm just going to peel my potatoes and toss them in the taco seasoning. All right, so I've got my potatoes chopped. Now I'm going to toss in, I'm going to add some oil, however much you like. Probably comes out to maybe a tablespoon or 2. I'll get my wooden spoon out, give this a toss. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of the taco seasoning, the homemade taco seasoning or the store-bought taco seasoning. But I'm also going to add in, hold on, I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of garlic and a teaspoon of onion powder. Potatoes like a lot of seasoning. At least my potatoes like a lot of seasoning. And then salt and pepper. I've got my oven preheating to about 400 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the oven and I'm going to roast them for about 15 minutes, give them a stir. You know the drill. good. All right. So I've got some cooling off. We have our tofu meat. The only thing I had to buy for this was some sour cream because I did not have any vegan sour cream, and so I had to buy some of that. But everything else I had in the house, which is nice because the whole point of this is to eat up what's in the house. So what I'm going to do is make the dressing, and the dressing for the taco salad when I make it is half equal parts salsa and sour cream. So we're going to use this Toffuti, yeah, not Toffuti, Toffuti, this sour cream, because apparently I can't see it. And the salsa that I have is a medium hot, again, what I had. And you can't hear me because I have my microphone in my shirt. So if you're just joining us, apparently I don't know how microphones work because I had this tucked into my shirt while I was waiting for everything to cook. Anyways, so what I've done is the dressing for the taco salad is equal parts salsa and sour cream and then a little bit of lime juice. So since it's just for me, I'm just doing 1 cup of each. Normally I would just eyeball this, but in interests of making a good video, I will actually measure things out for you. There. Now I'm just gonna mix this up and then we'll add a little bit of lime juice. Okay, so I've got a lime here. I'm just going to cut this in wedges and squeeze one. Into here. So now a little salt and pepper to taste, and we can start assembling our taco salad. So what are my ingredients? Let's try that again in English. So what are my ingredients that I'm going to put in here? Well, I'm going to start with some leftover romaine lettuce. You can use iceberg, whatever lettuce you would put in your taco salad. So I'll make a bed of that. Now I am pretty hungry because I worked through lunch. It was a very busy day today. It's been a very busy week, period. So I am very hungry. Now I have some black beans that I cooked in the Instant Pot the other day. So I'm going to add some of those. Some leftover corn from some corn on the cob, so we'll add that. Now this is just what I like on my taco salad. You can put whatever you like on your taco salad. And I have cut up some of the grape tomatoes. I love these multicolored ones. So I'm going to add these here. Is that all that I need? Yes. I think that's good. Oh, why not? Just use the rest of them, Madalena. Okay. And now I am going to put the roasted potatoes in there. Whenever I make these, I always put them on a salad anyways, because I just think they're so good. Okay, and now in the center of my beautiful creation, we're going to put the taco meat. Some of the taco meat. can't have a taco salad without, sorry, I know it's really loud, without some nachos. Yeah, just plain old nachos. Just crunch up a handful of those in here. Throughout. And then I have avocado. So we'll put that in there. You could also put guacamole if that's what you want, what you have. I don't know how people make this look easy when they put their avocado in their salads. It always looks so beautiful. Mine never does. Whew, it's getting to be a lot in there. So now I'm going to put some dressing on here and ruin how it looks, because it never looks as nice after you add the dressing. And I'm just going to squirt a little bit of lime juice all over that. Okay, one thing I forgot to put on when I was videoing over there was the pickled red onion that I made a couple weeks ago. I got some in there as well. So this is a lot of food, but it's delicious. It's easy to make. Sorry about that. It also takes a lot of chewing. So I hope you try that tofu taco meat, because it's super easy to make. The nice thing about something like this is that while it looks like a lot of food, it's all plants. So it will, it won't be over, what's the word? It won't put you into a carb coma. It won't put you into a food coma. It's all healthy. We've got lots of protein with the black beans and the tofu. All vegetables have protein, by the way. And we also have the healthy fats with the avocado, and then lots of vegetables. The corn, the potatoes, the cherry tomatoes, the lettuce, all of those things. So, and the pickled red onions. So I'm going to go eat this, and then I got to clean up all that mess, but we won't look at that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to support the channel. For my Patreons out there, thank you for your extra support. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys try this. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. We all need more kindness in this world. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.